What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about the occupancy rate and how that's affecting a lot of assisted living or senior living providers across the country. But first, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, show a little love. Did you do it yet? All right, guys, I appreciate it. Hey, my name is Christiana, the founder and CEO of Active Age Daytime Senior Care. And today we're talking about the occupancy rate. So for those that may not know, kind of a driving force, or, it really helps us get a better kind of global picture of senior living. Where is it at? Is the demand being met? Are we oversaturated? Or, where is kind of our, average occupancy rate across the country? In the most recent quarterly report, the NIC had estimated that the average occupancy rate across the country was around 80.6%, which is actually still lower than our pre-pandemic occupancy rate of 86.3%. So here we are, we're dealing with higher inflationary costs, we're dealing with all of this inflationary pressure, yet our buildings are still not quite to the capacity they were pre-COVID. So this is what people are calling in the senior housing world or the senior living world, the long COVID. Not the long COVID that we've heard about in the news, but this is like exacerbated amount of time that is taken for these communities to actually get back to pre-pandemic levels. And a lot of these things, there's a lot of other factors that are continuing to extrapolate and make this particular rate, maybe even more difficult to achieve. How do we get back to these pre-COVID, rates? If we have things like price continuing to go up, we have more competition coming into the market, more than we've ever had, more buildings going up left and right. But we also have shorter stays. People who are moving into assisted living are actually staying on average less than they were just a few years ago. And so if that average stay goes from say 24 months to 18 months, what kind of an effect is that going to have on the community as far as their average turnover, their retention rates, right? And on top of it all, we have the higher level of acuity coming in and moving into assisted living, which is requiring more staffing, which is requiring more labor costs. It takes more money to attract those individuals to come work in that environment, and it puts inflationary pressure on wages because of the fact that the people that are moving into assisted living communities are in need of higher levels of care. So all of these things are putting additional pressure on the margins of many assisted living communities. And so this is in addition to having these lower occupancy rates, we're having lower, more compressed margins. This is causing the assisted living world to have to reevaluate itself and figure out, what can we do differently? How can we set ourselves apart from our competition? But the problem is that all of this is just gonna take time, because aging doesn't happen overnight. And the number of people that are going to be aging, it's a slow process. By the time they reach out and they need help, it's taken a long time for them to get to that point in their lives. And so aging is a slow process. So the recovery from a pre-COVID time is just going to take time. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna see the strongest operators survive and the weakest operators go away. And that's the cycle of life, right? It's the survival of the fittest. And it's unfortunate, but sometimes we need this kind of pressure in markets. And this is why I personally think that assisted living facilities who can partner with strong adult day operators are actually gonna have an edge in the game, because of the fact that they're going to be able to reach the perfect consumer earlier in the process. Remember, I was just saying how people are waiting longer to move into assisted living? Well, if you could have an adult day program that people are getting enrolled into a year, 2 or 3 years prior to them even exploring the idea of assisted living, it could be and make for the perfect transition from adult day to assisted living when the time was right. And so I think, pressure that we're seeing assisted living facilities face, the kind of lower occupancy rates and them not being able to get pre-COVID numbers, as all of the problems kind of dissipate in the market, I think you're gonna see more and more adult day operators or assisted living facilities partnering with good adult day operators to be the bridge from the community, from that home-based care to potentially that more longer term, senior housing, senior living environment. And so this is just the beginning, especially as adult day continues to enter the world of senior care as the low-cost care alternative to many other providers. All right, guys, if you want to open up your very own adult day program, make sure you go to adcpro.com. Join us for our latest webinars. You can sign up online at adcpro.com. Make sure you check out all of our YouTube videos. And of course, if you haven't already, join our private Facebook group. And if you're interested in owning your very own ActiveAge, go to activeagecare.com/franchise. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn how to open your own adult daycare center, go to adcpro.com. If you'd like the latest business tips, click here. And make sure you subscribe to our channel, click here. We'll see you guys next time.